Hello, my name is Wendy Mitzi Walker. I've been a Civano resident for 7 years now, and for coming up on 5 years, I've served on various committees for Civano HOA. I'm coming up at the end of my first 2-year term on Civano HOA board, and this last year I served as your board secretary and chairman of the design review committee. I'm also a retired teacher. I spent 20 years teaching teenagers, so you can rest assured that I'm very patient and pretty nigh unflappable. I currently work part-time at a local food bank. But here are some more reasons why I believe that I would be a good candidate to continue on your HOA Board of Directors. First of all, W is for wisdom. In my years of serving with your HOA, I gained a lot of knowledge and experience. I think I have a pretty good idea by now of what things need to be done in the community and how things get done in this community. So if re-elected, I assure you that I will use the knowledge and experience that I have gained to make the wisest possible decisions for you and our community. Next, E. E is for energy. I have plenty of energy, folks. According to my Fitbit, I walked 1,794 miles last year, most of it here in the community. Now, I walk not only for fitness and enjoyment, but also just to keep a general eye on things in the neighborhood. For instance, a few months ago, when a very bad storm came through our community, I noticed that there was a tree that had fallen down and was blocking the walking path on South Civano Boulevard. So I immediately called Jena, she called the nursery, and within hours, Civano Nursery had that tree cut down, chopped up, and out of the way so no one got hurt. N is for neighborhood. I adore the neighborhood of Civano. I love all its colorful houses and colorful people. We have a truly unique and wonderful place here. And if I'm re-elected, folks, I promise you, I will do my best to help keep this community just as enjoyable, friendly, and wonderful for everyone who lives here. Next, D is for diligence. I always do my due diligence before every meeting. I'm well conversant with our governing documents, the Civano PAD, CC&Rs, bylaws, design manual, and so forth. I always do my research. I come to every meeting prepared. And if a question comes up in a meeting, if you have a question to which I don't know the answer, folks, I promise you I will work as hard as I can to find that answer for you. And we will work on issues and problems together. Finally, Y is for you. I wish to continue to serve you to the best of my ability. We've gotten so much done in the last 2 years, and we've just started to do some very exciting projects like the Northridge Erosion remediation project, and we are forming a new communications committee. And also we're working on clarifying and refining the design review manual to make the process easier for you. So in conclusion, I hope you'll vote for me, Wendy Walker, and let me continue to look out for you and get things done.
I'm Bob Small, running for a position on the board of the HOA, and would like to give you some reasons why I got involved and some of the things I've done in my previous life to qualify me. Anyway, why did we come? Why did my family come here? Well, we liked the idea. We discovered Civano back in 2002, learned about the new urbanization concept. We thought that was very unique, particularly at that time in the United States. Liked the solar idea. We loved the energy and water conservation. A number of things that brought us here. It was a nice community, always has been, and we hope always will be a nice community. But the question is, then I'm here, so why did I get involved? And obviously, the important thing is that we have, to some degree, in some form, we need to be actively engaged in maintaining the spirit of the community as well as its physical aspects. Because if we lose those items, this community then starts to deteriorate one way or another. And of course, it comes back because most of us have a major investment in our house. So the last thing we want to do is see that be destroyed. So as much as we may have issues with HOAs, and many of us have dealt with different HOAs, they are the framework of our community. They really are the ones that set about how, color on our houses, the street operations to some degree, trash cans, parking spaces, things like that, which are important, and the order of the community. And we should not, as residents, forfeit our responsibility to the community and only allow the HOA to do its own thing without any input whatsoever from residents. So this is where we really should have people from the community involved. And of course, in our case, we have a DRC, we have the CCAC, NEC, Finance Committee, Community Garden. There are a variety of different areas where residents can interact and help guide the HOA in its mission to take care of our community. Now we grant every one of us, to some degree, has either jobs, family, church. We have other requirements on our time. So the important thing is to realize that volunteering for many of these activities only take a few hours per month. It's not like you're going to spend a 40-hour week working on these projects. So there's no excuse for not putting at least a little bit more time into the community. Of course, in our case, the success of our current efforts have been seen in the last couple of months with the resale of many of our homes in Civano, which have sold quite well. And new residents have told me quite often it's because of the spirit, because of the looks, because of the multicolored, and because of just the community as a whole, they like so much. They're so happy to be here. So what are my qualifications? Well, I've been involved in the neighborhood association up in Ohio. I worked there for a couple of years on that. I've also been involved in the Civano neighborhood association, which no longer we have, but I had a variety of different positions. The aging community came out of that group, which we have. As far as the HOA work, of course, I've been on the board for a number of years. Would like to continue, but I've been involved in the Responsible Pet Care group. I've been involved in the NEC, DRC particularly, and of course the various positions on the board. I've been just about every position except finance chair. So I really do encourage people to be involved, and I hope that you also see that my candidacy has some value and that you will give me another chance to be for a few more years on the board. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Lyndell Rowe. Lyndell, not Linda, and Lyndell is spelled with a Y, not an I. Many people know me as Lyndy, which is spelled with two Y's. I am unique, just like my name, and the spelling of my name reflects some of my beliefs. I am not the most important. The needs of others come first. Asking questions and learning about others is also important. I have a tendency to ask questions about how and why things are done, and is there a better way? I'm wearing my hair this way to look younger. but actually I'm 65 years old. I was reminded of some wisdom I frequently share with friends who are struggling with making a decision about a choice in their life. There is not a right or wrong choice. Choices are just two different paths. Each path has positive benefits and challenges along the way. What is important is that we do our research or homework about both paths to make sure we understand all the consequences and all the opportunities that are connected with each choice. Speaking of homework, I'm a retired elementary special education teacher. I went into special education because I feel strongly about making sure people with differences in learning style, people with differences in their perception of the world, and people with a different way of navigating the world have an equal opportunity to be successful and have their needs met. I chose to move to this unique community of Civano 2.5 years ago with my husband from Anchorage, Alaska. I want to help to find ways to maintain and improve this community. Please take time to read my full candidate statement. Thank you.